I'm back with another triggering topic. A quick disclaimer here, this video is filled with my thoughts and my thoughts alone. Everything is alleged and nothing is factual. I don't know any of these people personally. Now I've gotten that out of the way. Let me tell y'all ladies a dirty little secret before I show y'all this clip. I absolutely despise Corey Holcomb. If there ever was a man that was a toxic waste of human flesh, it would be Corey Holcomb. If there ever was an example on what not to do and who not to behave like as a black man, it would be Corey Holcomb. He is a man that is passionately idiotic. And he is at the stage of life, unfortunately, where people think that he may possibly have the wisdom that comes with being an aging loser. But joke's on everyone because he doesn't have any wisdom. This man is 56 years old, knocking down the door of 60, and is still talking about manipulating, controlling women, and feeling like it's his God-given right to do so because he's a man. Saying that he's going to cheat on and emotionally abuse any women that he comes in contact with, but yet feels as if women should serve him, follow him, trust in him, submit to him. Saying that women are so emotional and so in their feelings and they need a man's lead, but then openly admit that because he's a man, it's in his nature to abuse that woman's trust, hurt that woman's feelings, and never be trustworthy and be a sneaky liar. It doesn't make any sense to me. And he says that all of these behaviors are simply manifested because he's a man and that's just the way men are. But then somehow want women to feel upset and sad and terrible about themselves if they don't have a man like him in their life. It doesn't make sense. Why would anyone be unhappy being single if this is the reality of being in a relationship, having a man like him? I really don't understand why he's confused that the collective of black women are not buying what he's selling. But, with Corey Holcomb, I think that he is the perfect example of what most of the lames that listen to him hope that they will eventually be able to do. And I'm going to tell you what it is that you have Corey Holcomb. He's an overweight, unattractive, lame buster, corny Negro that never had the ability to be a ladies' man, never in his life. I saw old pictures, old videos of Corey Holcomb. He was never looking like anything. The only way he would be able to get any woman that he was truly attracted to was to dangle a little bit of money in front of her, to tell her, hey, I'm going to pay all your bills, or hey, I'm going to do this, that, and the third for you. He never had the pull. He never had the juice ever. He was always unattractive and lame. And I think that that is his following, filled with other lame men that know that they can also never attract the women that they really want, but they hope that they can possibly one day get the money, which most of them never will. I think black men also have to understand the reality that the majority of them will never have the money. They will never have the money, the power, the privilege, or anything to even manipulate women on a lower scale like Corey Holcomb to even get women to do what they want them to do, or even get women that they think are attractive that are disgusted by them. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Corey Holcomb, this is what he always wanted to do. Like, oh, when I get some money, I'm going to be able to get some women that I can manipulate, that I can do what I want to, women that I actually find are attractive, because most women never find me attractive. They're disgusted by me. And even with, if you notice that what he says is that he likes to get women that are in poverty to, capitalize on, to manipulate, because he feels as if they won't be able to walk away so easily. So he already knows that most of the time, no woman is really going to stomach him or tolerate him unless it's between dealing with him or not eating that day, which is really disgusting when you think about it. The fact that he could even brag about such matters is really a true insight into a predatory individual. And that's why I say that any man that listens to red pill content or even the content that Corey Holcomb pushes, you need to run away from them men ASAP, because they're mentally broken and damaged, and they're actually horrible, morally bankrupt individuals, men, that they're terrible men. And, like I said, I think it is disgusting that his whole claim to having any type of feminine attention is forcing some women that either have no moral compass or either are so desperate to survive or they're so desperate to provide for their children that they will entertain him. And now with that, he's drunk off a power that he only has because these women are desperate. And they prioritize survival and money over not feeling nauseous every time they look at this man's fat face. And I can't even understand how they could do it. I would be a stick-up kid every day of the week if I was faced with that, or Corey Holcomb without a shirt on. But you know what? I'm getting carried away, y'all. I already told y'all I cannot stand this man. Let me just show y'all this clip, and we gonna be back. I'm gonna be back, and it's gonna get worse. I know it, and I can't even help it, y'all. Watch this, please.
Your woman or none. Sometimes you gotta hold her head to the glass just to let her know you're stronger than her. If she don't know you're stronger than her, she gonna talk crazy. Hold her head to the glass. I mean, even if she called the cops, ain't no proof you held her head to the glass. At least that's how I live. Hold her head to the glass. When they see they really can't lift their head, I mean, do this again, they be like, okay. That's what it's all about. Male dominance. You gotta establish male dominance if you care about your woman. If you're around your woman and she think that you are equal to her, you're gonna have to put up with the bullshit. Every girl I've been with over 6 months, head to the glass.
Are you pro-monogamy or pro-polygamous? Or polygamy, is that?
I don't think monogamy exists. I think every once in a while you meet a dude and he only with his girl. Very rare. We are men. We, especially men who have means. If you're a man who has means, you have women. And if you say it ain't true, you're not being genuine. I know your girl probably watching, but if you could, just think how sweet it would be if you could talk to your girl for real. Do you know the harmony that might be able to come from that? But you didn't pick a girl you could talk to for real. You picked a girl that you're willing to act for as long as you can keep her. That's what most people are in that situation. But we men, we got money. Especially men who got money, you got girls. You can't not be with them. There's too many beautiful women in the world to just lie to one girl and be like, look, I'm only with you. That's some bullshit, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I can't be with nobody like that.
But you keep mentioning certain things. I'm curious to know this. You keep mentioning women in poverty. Why? Like, what's your admiration?
Well, I'm older now. I'm not as young as I used to be. So women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Corey, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time. And they don't tell me to fuck off because they know when I come over, their children can get some...
Hold up, God damn.
Some outlet Jordans.
Outlet Gucci. This is the thing that promotes sexism. This is the thing that...
What is sexism? I don't know what that is.
Sexism is...
a word stupid bitches made up.
No, but it's a real thing. It's like you want control. Is there ever...
I don't want control that is taken by force. I want control because I'm the one who is the leader of the pack, naturally.
So could you see yourself in a situation where a woman makes as much as you or more than you?
I like women who make money, just I can't do nothing with you other than sleep with you. If you could take care of yourself, you're going to think you could talk to me. I don't like you talking to me a lot. I know you got your own money and all like that. So if you want to, we can hook up, hang out, do that for a minute. But I'm saying girls in poverty, because they have a deficiency. Poverty is a deficiency out here in America. I can fix your little deficiency if you do what I want you to do. I think it's an even exchange.
Yeah, but do you see how that comes off as...
No. How does it come off? There's a vetting process that comes when dealing with a woman from this Western world. Sometimes you have to demonstrate. Now, if you got to demonstrate time after time after time, you are right. This is not somebody that you have the power to vet into what you need her to be. If you have to always, we don't use the word demonstrate. I think people know what I'm talking about. If you always got to demonstrate with her, then that's not your girl, man. Leave that alone. But there are women out here who understand this man treats me good. He treats the kids I came with good. He's a good brother. He does this. But when I push him, he demonstrates. So I'm not going to do that no more.
So can we please put a microscope to when you say demonstrate? What does that mean?
Discipline.
In what regard?
Physical discipline. But it might be necessary sometimes. Because there's a lot of girls who are rebels, but they want to get saved. They don't want to lose their man. They done messed up and they done tried you.
Okay.
Well, you done told them, cool out now. Don't go there. Don't go there with me. Okay. They try you. They might jump in your face or do something like that. What bitch gonna tell me she accepting anything if you with me? This is my world. You don't get to be who you want to be. If you are who you want to be, the kids won't like me. Take my direction. You don't get to tell me what the fuck you not accepting. If you with me, you with me. If you're not, hit the street.
Are you with her?
What do you mean?
Like, are you with her? Like, is there certain things that you're going to conform to appease your woman?
There are some things I may conform if I feel like she's worth it.
Like
it's
what?
worth it. Having to discipline her.
Ever a situation where a female leads?
Never. Never. How the female gonna lead? The direction we got to go, you got to understand. You got to be up under me. It ain't no 50-50. You have a place. Homes. Men are not capable of creating broken homes. If you lay down with that man, you have basically given him power. Only one got more power than the man whose child you have is God. You gave him ultimate power over you if you carry this seed and had it. So if you break the home, that's on you. Trust me. That's the truth right there.
So with this network, right, is it okay for the multiple women that you have in your network to also venture off to see other men?
Hell no. You see other men, I ain't mad at you, but you get played like the girls who got other roosters in the hen house. I can't never tell you what to do. I'm saying as far as I go with that, if you mess with other guys, you part of that category. I don't agree with the brothers sleeping with brothers because I feel like it tears down the community. And if we are all jumping around in bed with each other, then we are destroying the family and the community. Because that's not how you build a strong family or community if us men. I'm not talking about women now. I don't care what women do. I can marry a woman to mess with women. That's part of my mental illness. I get it. But I'm saying men.
Now, I know that it was hard being exposed to that level of stupidity for such an extended period of time. You have my apologies, but y'all really needed to hear that. Did y'all hear how many times this man contradicted himself? His statements in those clips goes against his own rhetoric and his own thoughts about Black women. And I'll explain that in a minute. But this is exactly why I will never in my life respect any man that says that they like Corey Holcomb. And in the comments of this interview, there were so many pygmies too. In those comments saying that Corey Holcomb was so intelligent and he did amazing, it really blew my freaking mind to see Black women encourage this nut job. Now, y'all heard it. This man says that you need to hold your woman's head against the glass window in a car. That way that a woman knows that he is stronger than her. That way that she knows that he's in control and he can dominate her. He also talks about physically disciplining a woman that steps out of line. He also mentioned that women are not equal to men, but then turns around and says that men are not monogamous. And a man that has money is definitely not going to be loyal. Now, all of the things that he was sitting there saying was very weird to me because this man stays preaching about how a woman needs a man and how she doesn't have any worth if she doesn't have kids or a husband or a man, and he doesn't believe that women are happy being single. But my thing is this is why would a woman want to be partnered up if it means being cheated on, looked down on, abused, taken advantage of? What part of that would make Black women want to be on board with that type of lifestyle? And you know what? It's always these type of dusty bums that want to treat women horribly, but then act confused on why women don't want to be with them. It's not a flex to be with a man like this. Any woman can go be with anybody that's going to treat them like trash. And then my thing is that he was saying how much he didn't like Dr. Bryan and asking where her man was and where her kids were. But then still on the other side says that men are cheaters and abusers and they're meant to control and dominate women because it's their God-given right. Well, then exactly why would a woman that is attractive, intelligent, has a good head on her shoulders, why would she sign up to be treated that way if she can take care of all of her business on her own? What would be the purpose in doing that? Just to say she has a man? What? And my thing is this, is that just imagine if a woman told him that, oh, you know what? There are just too many handsome men out there that I can get with to just only be with your old over the heel, having to use Viagra to get up. You big pink hat wearing, big back, buck broken Billy Goat with a gut filled with nothing but quarter pounders and McFlurries. He would have a heart attack. Truthfully, if somebody told him the truth about really the type of man that he is, I have no idea why he would even think that any woman, I don't care how much money he's giving her, will really truly at the end of the day, in her heart of hearts, something that she would never tell him, does he really think that a woman will really be satisfied with him? Truthfully, ugly and mean, you need to pick a struggle, brother. And you know what? His mentality is exactly why men like Diddy and R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein are able to exist. Because let a man get a little bit of change and a little bit of power, and instead of trying to help society, he's thinking about the ways that he can prey on women and live out his sick and twisted perversions. Sitting there saying with your whole chest that you prey on women who are in survival mode and are just trying to survive and take care of their children. That is absolutely disgusting. Now, if you are a decent human being, you could use some of your means that you say that you have and just help single mothers out of the kindness of your heart. Start some type of foundation. But no. That's too much for you to do, Mr. Ashy. You would rather dangle a few $100s over these women's heads in order to get them to tolerate seeing your fupa and your ill-built body. And you already know that he's treating them wrong because he said if they had the option, they would say forget them, but they can't afford to. So you already know what that means. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, ain't no way in this world, baby, I could ever in my life stomach that man. Because you already know that with whatever money that he is giving these poor women, that they are earning it, they're being underpaid. Let me just say that. They're definitely being underpaid. And pretending that he doesn't know what sexism is while being absolutely nothing but sexist is crazy work. Ain't no way in the world a man that can't even run across the street without getting winded gonna tell me that it is his God-given right to control the collective of women. Negro, please. You can't even control your A1Cs. Then had the nerve to say that he doesn't want control taken by force. He wants it to be given. Sir, what do you think you are doing when you prey on women in poverty that you feel are too desperate to say no to you? That's by force, whether you want to admit it or not. Because if they had the option, they wouldn't deal with you, which is the reason why you can't talk to and you can't attract women that already have their own. Then he's talking about, oh, he's the leader of the pack naturally. No, you not. No, you are not. If you have to hold money or survival over a woman's head to get them to stomach you, you ain't no leader. You know what you are? A predator. You're scum, the lowest of the low. You're a loser that would never get a woman to entertain you unless you had something of extreme value to offer her. And then talking about there's a vetting process dealing with Western women and you will have to physically discipline them. As if men aren't abusing women everywhere and hurting women everywhere they are hurting them in places where these women are nothing but submissive. And they're doing it for no other reason than they can. So physical discipline has nothing to do with Western women or modern women and traditional women. It's just a whole bunch of men that like to hurt women because they're too weak and too scary to try it with another man that's on their level. And then my thing is this, is that this man is talking about how is a woman, y'all, they said females. How is a female going to lead when he can't even lead himself to a proper stylist or to a gym that doesn't have him looking like a bloated bottle of Pepto-Bismol? This cannot be life. Like, these men are so delusional. But you know what? I'm sorry, I gotta say this. I also blame women, okay? I blame women that talk about hypergamy all the time. Y'all can be mad at me or not. This is what this comes from. Women willing to uplift money, to take money and a bag over their self-esteem or their morals. As long as he got the money, it don't matter what he's cheating. It don't matter how he's treating a woman. It don't matter what's going on, just as long as he's got some money. That is a problem, because men like this, they wouldn't be able to move how they're moving if there weren't women available willing to sell their souls for $1. Period. If women stopped doing that, he wouldn't be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? But let me just say this. If y'all heard what this man said, the way he was talking about women that have men's children, talking about having his child gives him power over you, second only to God, and then has the nerve, he talks about abortion so much. Seeing as though he talks about, the way he talks about birthing children, I don't understand why he wouldn't think that he would force some women to consider that as an option, that he wouldn't be part of the problem that he's always talking about. But this is why I am so very adamant, and people call me judgmental, but this is the reason why I'm so adamant about women protecting their wombs. Truthfully, because a lot of men truly believe that they are getting over on you when you have their child. That is the reason why you have to be absolutely certain before you do that. Period. And then you know what? It's the same double standard that Corey Holcomb was showing that Boosie had. That men being with men is wrong, but it's party time when you can use women being with women to feed your twisted sexual desires. And, you know, looking at this interview, and I watched it all, and it was so stressful for me to watch it. And I'm telling you, like, I did y'all a favor. I watched it so that y'all wouldn't. So I'm just summarizing what this man said. But, you know, honestly, Corey Holcomb is everything that is wrong with the collective of Black men today. Unaware of the type of men that they truly are, living in complete delusion, actually undisciplined, evil, mean-spirited, misogynistic, sexist, self-hating, passionately idiotic, unintelligent, highly hypocritical, with a deep-seated hatred towards Black women. Everything that this man says is a contradiction. And it is absolute hypocrisy. And it is a complete manifestation of narcissism mixed with sociopathic tendencies. And this is why Black men like Corey Holcomb, they want money so bad. They want to be, quote unquote, high value so bad. And it isn't to make the community better, which they should be doing, but we already know that the collective of Black men don't even think about the community. But they don't want to be high value or have money to make the community better, or to help their children, or to help the women in their lives not work themselves into an early grave. No, it's so that they can prey on them and enact the same oppression and domination that the white T man has done to them. They want to do that to the women in their community. Now, do they want to get power and privilege so that they can fight back against white supremacy and improve their position as being known as the least protective males on the planet? No, absolutely not. I guess that would be too hard. No, they want to dominate a group of women that they know that they can do that to without getting pushback. And you already know who that is. That's the Black woman. But honestly, I truly believe that men like Corey Holcomb and also the women, I swear I'm almost thinking that the women are worst. That the women are worse, excuse me. Because the women that was in them comments, shame. You should be ashamed, because I don't even understand how you can have a vajayjay and even be on board with even 1% of the things that Corey Holcomb says. But anyway, let me, I'm going off track. let me just say this. Let me get back into it. I truly believe that men that like Corey Holcomb and women that support Corey Holcomb, they cannot be saved. I truly believe they cannot be redeemed, period. And I'm saying that with my whole chest, and I usually don't give people an out to say that they can never be redeemed. But honestly, any woman, any black woman supporting Corey Holcomb, you cannot be redeemed, sis. I'm sorry. I would never trust you. And I truly believe that if you are in support of this man, you are a danger. You are a dangerous threat to the collective of black women. And all I can say to that is, black women, please, please protect yourselves. Go to the range. Get your CCW. Take self-defense classes. Keep your head on a swivel. Because this type of psychotic and illogical thinking is spreading like a virus. This type of illogical thinking, all it does is push people to harm black women. And then they got the nerve to say that women can't be leaders because they're emotional. When all these dudes that are like Corey Holcomb, all they do is speak to the emotions of unwanted, unhealed, undesired, failed men. Period. That's all he does every day is speak to the emotions of sassy men. And I feel like using the word sassy is really reducing the seriousness of what I'm trying to say. And, because you know what these men are? These men are ticking time bombs. That's exactly what they are. He speaks to the emotions of men that are already unstable, ticking time bombs that are just waiting for the perfect storm of circumstances to happen, and then they will turn around and harm a black woman. And I really do believe that. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, Corey Holcomb does not have a single woman in his life that loves or respects him. All he has is women that are biding their time and using him until they can't anymore. It's a good thing he can't read minds. Talking about Corey Holcomb, I make a lot of videos about a lot of people, but talking about him specifically, it literally makes my skin crawl. He is so absolutely repulsive. Like, I can't even imagine being so, what does he say? So much in poverty. I can't even imagine being that poor that entertaining him would even be an option. It makes me weep inside for any woman that has had to endure this man. And all I can do, for real, is thank God above that I have never in my life had to entertain a disgusting slug like him to survive. And I am truly, truly sorry for any sister who has. But I digress. If you watch this whole video, because I know it was a doozy, because baby, like I said, there were people that wanted me to comment on this. So I forced myself to do it. So please, please do me a favor, y'all. All right? Because I really struggled in making this video. But anyway, I digress. If you watch this whole video and you really enjoyed it, please do your girl a favor. Drop a 222 in the comments, because what? Corey Holcomb is boo to the boo to the boo. Boo, boo, boo. For real. Yuck. Honestly. And drop me a like. Help me get in this algorithm, because, oh, man, it's just yuck. Let me just keep going. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all, ladies. Just do your girl a free favor. It won't cost you nothing. I know times are hard out here. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And as always, ladies, because I know that y'all got some thoughts about this, so please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.